It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. And we are getting ready for a new year, a couple parties to go to, a couple new goals, affirmations, resolutions to jumpstart and ignite the new year ahead. So happy new year, happy eve to the eve of the new year. We're getting it started early here. So we're really going to be zooming in and focusing in on some great viewer questions, comments. Realize here at the Peace and Harmony channel, we don't, channel here from a void or a vacuum. It's a two-way street here. Your comments, your questions, your requests, things that stump you, block you, or things that you're curious about, your comments, your donations, your input, your sharing is so very much welcome here at the channel. So thank you so much for your comments and your inspirations and your questions, because we really want to go along that path and deliver and get you to some results, like truly some breakthroughs, some aha moments, some shift at the deepest levels of you, particularly that at the level of your subconscious where the new wiring needs to take place. Especially if you've been in manipulative relationships where you've now, to adapt, you've become codependent, an egoist, an enabler, or just disempowered, unhappy, empty feeling, and you're really not sure anymore about what to do. You're so much in a fog, which stands for fog, obligation, and guilt. You're still so in that murky area, 50 shades of gray times the 100th, degree. You're really sort of resourceless, or you're sort of getting some tools, but you really want to ignite it. We're really zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer comment, and that is, why is it so difficult to change? I thought I'd be further along where I am right now. I really want a breakthrough. So this echoes and is a great backdrop to a lot of viewer questions that I get. In other words, they really want to get out of the nightmare, or they're so sick of it perpetuating, and they're sort of waking up to the fact that they have living a life that is very much dictated and driven, almost like a mission to adapt and adjust and please other people. So not only, people pleasing, but to the extent that they tend to attract and stay in relationships which are not in their best interest, or where you constantly feel like you must give, and underneath it all, you've had to adapt and adjust to the manipulator to keep them happy, to do all that you know to do, but you've sort of repressed that part of you that is the true authentic you, the happy you that can live an expansive life in untold joy, which is so alien to you that you've sort of adapted by giving, enabling, and repressing and depressing your own inner voice to the point where your needs are not expressed. They don't have a life. They haven't been oxygenated. And they can be so pressed down that you don't even know what they are anymore. So it's so important to be able to reclaim your inner power and ignite that to the point where you're excited, you have enthusiasm, you've sort of broken apart that shell that manipulative relationships have caused you to live in. So whether you feel too small, unhappy, anxious all the time, fearful, threatened, like all these negative emotions really are as a result of trying to acquiesce and give into and pacify and please manipulative individuals, because that is the role that the manipulator wants for you to buy into. In other words, they are controlling you in a number of different ways, particularly by commands, demands, telling you erroneous and flawed thinking like you're too sensitive, you're too demanding, you're too loud, you're too needy, you're too clingy. All these sort of statements, which then are housed in the deepest part of you, your subconscious mind, which has basically been an open vessel because you're very receptive to the narcissists, the manipulators, who would love you as narcissistic supply, and to keep you in that role, drive basically the dagger deep that you are not good enough. You should be so lucky to have a man like me. You should be so lucky to have a woman like me. And they close the door and opportunity to your free will, your free choices, getting to know the real you in the expansive way, which feels safe, happy, respected, fulfilled, sort of a life of purpose and meaning, which is within you and fueled by you, but not is cycled by outside of you. So the external locus of control is how the manipulator gets to hook, line, and sinker you, where you're focused on a life on the outside and you're not valued for what is inside. There's this objectification. And very much like, I own you. It's not even, it's more than possessiveness, where, you get a little bit of, bubbling up to the surface, like, maybe there's some, wanting to help groom you, so you can be closer, where we're in this together and there's an I am, or we, but there is no sort of feeling of we or experience by the other person who's in the relationship. They feel like it is only about them. There is only a you, meaning the narcissist in the relationship, and there is no us. There is no we. Okay, and so if you feel that, if you can't make that statement, and you unequivocally, your body doesn't lie. Your body doesn't lie. Your instinct, your intuition is usually what has been snuffed out or stamped out or told was erroneous or wrong. So you learn to listen and adapt to the manipulator above all else, above yourself. So they're like on this almighty pedestal, authority. This could be your boss. It could be in your workplace where you're always like on, hyper vigilant alert. Like, what are they going to do now? They are very unruly. So when you get into this state and your I am is snuffed out or invalidated or told should not exist. So that's where the guilt, is. The beginning comments that you have made, I, don't want to be yelled at. Stop criticizing me. Stop finding all these flaws. And then, and I'm supposed to adapt and conform. So whatever it is that got you to the point where your self-expression was either made fun of, mocked, you were in trouble for, why did you cook this way? Why did you dress this way? Why do you need all these tools? Why do you want to start your own business? There was all this doubt flung in the air, basically like down, and it lands on you with a gravitational whop to your gut, like it's just fallen from the clouds and then landing on you, like right through your heart, your gut, where, you've got neurons in your gut. When you say, I have a feeling, I feel fear, your body is trying to get your attention. Okay. Your body is saying, hey, tune in and register. But you are not taught this in a narcissist relationship. You don't live from an I am. You live in a them mentality. And so it's very important that you look at that physiology that you feel and the inner language, the self-talk, whether you have acknowledged it and validated it or not, no matter where you are on the journey, it's important to understand that at that foundational level, that subconscious level, where you're hardwired, I cannot change, that is a belief that you hold in your subconscious mind. So at the very, very deepest functioning automatic pilot, where you've learned, is your belief. You've learned to believe something negative about yourself. It is a learned feeling. And whether it's the I can or I can't, I am or I'm not, I have or I have not, okay, I'm happy, that is not desirable. Oftentimes, you are faulted at the very core of what makes you happy, of your free will. That's at your subconscious level. The subconscious is running like all the percolating nerves, your central nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system, your intuition. Those are all coming from the deepest subconscious, and that's the bulk of like your functioning. The body is the subconscious mind. So deep to change that hard wiring, if you feel that it is not changing at that level, you're not having a shift, you're not having alchemy, you're not having a breakthrough, it is because it's important to look deep inside. Then your beliefs are embedded in there, and your belief is, you can unearth that belief, but deep inside, do you believe you can change? Do you believe you deserve better and that someone else can hear it? At your age, do you believe someone of this age can change? Have you seen other people, and this is a great, great little snippet, which is important to know, it's never too late for happily ever after. That was another beautiful comment that a viewer had bestowed on me, which I think is so poignant. It's never too late for a happily ever after. In other words, your storybook life can be restored. It can be there for you. In fact, it's waiting for you. It's ready to lay out the yellow brick road. The yellow brick road is there, but you haven't been able to see it and perceive it because your belief is embedded that you can't see it to be so, that you can't make it. You don't have what it takes. You will never change. All this negative commands are embedded in your belief system. Self-limiting beliefs. Okay, they are very, very strong. They will cause you to get sick. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. In psychology, there's a wonderful comment or a concept called self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that if you believe, I better look out, I'm going to fall into a hole, it's not going to work, you're listening to this loop or this tape, I'm not good enough, I can't change, it's too big to change, I can't do it. If that is what's playing deep within, then that's where you need to do your correction. You need to do your mindfulness. You need to do your journaling. You need to ask yourself the question, and whether it's maybe you don't like to do it alone, so you want to do it in a group like we do here in the videos, and I've had viewers ask me, what is the recovery journal? We're going to be doing a lot of kind of recap videos here as we're getting into the new year, so I think a lot of people will find value in this. So to make sure you have everything, a lot of these are the components and the tools of the book that I'm working on and compiling. However, it's important for you, and I love a lot of these questions that help open you up at the subconscious level, because that is where the juicy good stuff is. That's where it's like, man, that is what I want. Like, man, that was me, like back when I was 7. Like, I always wanted to have a horse, but I was told I was never going to have enough money. Like, I always wanted to have like a house, on top of a mountain, but it just seemed like I could only appreciate it in magazines. Like, all this is embedded. Like, you will, because this is your history, it'll haunt you for the rest of your life. You'll be forever scarred. This is your self-talk. This is your belief system magnified. This is your belief system manifest. So if you look at the life that you have right now, the problems, the settings, the employment, your bank account, your family and how they treat you, this is all a manifestation of your belief system. Amen, sister. Amen, brother. It is all what you believe. You have manifested, you hear a lot about the law of attraction. The universe life will open up and become visible and apparent to you the more you believe it and ask for it. So if you have the beliefs, let's do some questions. You can get out a pen and paper. You can do this while you're driving. You can do it while you're walking, but it's kind of important to write it down, because once you get through the inner sensor, which is like your conscious mind, which interjects or stops. So you want to approach these exercises with a sky's the limit. There is no limit. So the subconscious mind is receptive to commands. In other words, delete, earn a lot of money, be happy, follow your dreams. If these are commands, like if you could type them into a computer, that is what your subconscious does. It follows commands. It follows instructions. It doesn't say, you can't do that. That is your ego, your egoic analytical mind responding to you. Okay? That is when you say someone has a lot of ego, they're living in the egoic mind, the left brain, the analytical, shoots you down. So that is the ego, okay? Your subconscious is driving it all. Your subconscious, the creator, the divine wisdom, the divine guy, the divine gal, the miraculous, can I get a miracle, is in your subconscious mind. And it is that deep faith. It is that deep belief which cries out really for help. Not like, oh, I think I want to help, but it's like, I need help. I have to change. So that, when you're at that level, then it's very, very positive, because you're coming from the right place. And if you're not there yet, you need to get to that place. Like this wonderful story was told to me in one of my workshops. You need to want to change as if someone was holding your water, your head, underneath a faucet, just gushing forward water. In other words, like putting your face in front of a fire hose that, that you see, that could be tapped into by a fireman, and put their hose in those big, the circle's probably this big, and it just gushes out water in the summertime. Like you see the firemen will come along and open those up, and the kids are all getting wet underneath it. If someone were to hold your face and you were to be gasping for breath and your life, if that was flowing, that is the level of I need to change. And if you are at that level, unequivocally, I've had enough, I know with all certainty that I need to change. I am going to change. I am changing. This is it. That is a breakthrough. When you are at that level, when it's in your gut, inside, you feel it. This is ridiculous. I am going to change. I've had it. That is what we call leverage. That is what, when you have leverage, means you have a instinctual power over yourself, that you're gonna, all of a sudden, a new you springs forth. It's without a doubt, it's like having a rebirth. It's like you're breaking out of your shell. You're breaking out of the small cubby hole that you've been living in, and you're going, no more. I'm done, I'm done denying myself. I am done living in a deficit. I'm done living in debt. I'm done living as somebody's shadow. I'm done. Finito. Finished. And a new you just starts speaking up out of it. You don't, maybe, walking around with your head hung low, your body hunched over, your spine crunched, your back aching. Those are the physiological signs. You're not eating, you're not sleeping right. You're all wackadoodled, your circadian rhythm, you're either staying up super late or, going to bed, that is a sign your body is trying to tell you a message. You're too skinny, you're too fat. Okay, these are messages. You're overeating. These are symptoms and sign that your body is trying to put up a wall, a defense, push others away. Okay, so to shift at that level means you need to release those inoperative, disconnecting, dysfunctional beliefs that are causing all that to stay in place. I'm shy, I'm anxious, I'm embarrassed. Those were all learned. It was the look somebody gave you. It was the negative comment that, cut the deepest, that got you stuck, that got you like a deer in a headlight, like you're in a fawn mode, like you cannot act. And then you're attracting other people, which are reincarnations of this relationship, that the manipulator. So if this began with you in childhood, your father was too passive. They never gave you the love. They never communicated. They never talked. They didn't show you affection. They didn't give you guidance. You weren't protected. So in order to work through that, then you find yourself then surrounded by people who are a mirror spitting image energetically to this. This, the husband, the friend, the boyfriend, the fiance, the boss, the job are like reincarnations. This person is so passive. This person, they don't quite hit it on all cylinders for me. There's something in our chemistry that is off, but you keep trying to work through it, okay? Or you find yourself around situations where you're having to be controlled by others because of a mother who is too controlling. So you find yourself in situations where either others then are controlling, trying to control you, and you're always trying to react and be, to them, or you try to control then others through codependency and giving to them. You're trying to base your self-worth on what you can give and provide, the gifts. This big life of service, this big martyrdom. And then you become so angry, you don't know yourself because your whole life you've just been taking care of others. And taking care of yourself seems wrong or new, or where do I even begin? And that you don't know yourself. You feel undefined. You feel timid and afraid to be alone or to go in the direction of your dreams and to even ignite those, to know what they are, and to be enthusiastic and thrilled and not burn out. So the questions to look at your belief system are very important, and sometimes they come across as very pointed or very deep cutting or very confrontational. So you need, if you're having trouble with a breakthrough and really sort of getting that shift, or you want it more fully, you want the transformation and the change to be even more full, then you need to look at and then question your beliefs. But sometimes they need to be phrased by someone who knows how to help you unearth those self-limiting beliefs. So for example, if you're having trouble changing, you're having trouble really living a life of happiness and in touch with your own purpose, what really gets you going, what makes you tick, which gives you energy throughout the day. So you're energized and you're like, woohoo, like I actually am excited for life. Like if you're not at that level and you're like, I am in my 30s and like, I'm not there yet. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 50s. I'm in my 60s. I am in my 70s. Like I am really fully awake now. And like, I need to get to where my vision is trying to get me jogged to, even though no matter what has happened, that my history, you need to question this. So you can ask yourself these questions. Do you believe that someone with your history, your experience, all the hurtful relationships, all the emotional wounds, all the unemployment, all the scattered places you live, do you believe that someone with your history can change? Do you believe that someone with all you've been through deserves to have a good life? Do you believe that someone who had been trashed, talked down to, criticized, manipulated for the bulk of your life, do you believe you can experience love and joy and bliss and independence and prosperity and attract people who will love, appreciate, and respect that you? Do you believe that that person, that just image of how it could be, do you think that person has a place in life and life will support that and welcome that and encourage and fan the flame even for that, and will provide you all the tools that you could have, would have, should have picked up along the way in that journey? Do you believe life can give you a mother load right now, or the big mother load, just the whole kit and caboodle that you need? Do you believe life will deliver? Okay. And do you believe that someone such as yourself can live pain-free? Do you believe someone such as yourself can be happy in relationships and not be violated and taken care of? Do you believe someone such as yourself can relate to others and be respected and give respect? Do you believe that someone such as yourself can receive happiness and joy and receive compliments from others? Do you believe someone such as yourself will allow you and accept you to change and see you with new eyes? Do you believe that you can let go of the anxiety? Or do you believe there's more of a payoff to being anxious and depressed? Do you believe it's okay to change for you? Or do you believe you have to stay stuck on changing other people and controlling them? Do you believe you need all of the problematic ways of living your life, all the idiosyncrasies that have caused you to be stuck? Do you know in your heart of hearts what's making you stuck? And does this hurt? Is it difficult to breathe? Is it difficult to feel fully engaged in that positive energy? And what is it that you are afraid of in those moments? Are you afraid of somebody slapping you, yelling you, cursing you, criticizing you? What are you afraid of when you get independent? And when you're afraid of this person or these people or this setting or the sheer amount of people, if they do whatever it is that they can do you believe that you can be calm and focused? Such a good one. Do you believe that you can maintain your peace and have those people in life as well? Do you believe that you have control over your emotions, or do you believe that you are powerless? Do you believe that being safe and being at peace is a valuable way to be? and a good lifestyle to live from? And do you believe that the universe will bring to you and deliver and answer your truest dreams, your truest desires, your truest wants? Do you believe the universe will provide? And do you believe in providence bringing in synchronicity into your life? In other words, will success give me clues? Can I ask for clues? All I ask is that I'm in the right hands. That is a very powerful request. All I ask is that I'm in the right hands. Please deliver me to the right hands. Please deliver me to the right people. So when you begin to ask these questions, you can ignite that inner flame. It should be within you. When you stop looking outside and worrying about what other people are going to think, do, say, you're definitely igniting that little eternal flame which has been with you but has been blacked out while you're having to live in the shadows of a manipulator. This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. We're going to work on and really help oxygenate that flame here in the next several videos. I am your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope that these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe, please comment, please donate for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Peace out. Love you.